Hello, this is Rebel Hoovian and today I'll be talking about news regarding Series 12. Recently, the Mirror posted an article talking about a possible return for the Cybermen in Series 12. In the article it says, Doctor Who will battle old villains, the Cybermen, in a plot that is the stuff of classic horror. Jodie Whittaker's Time Lord clashes with them in the 19th century in a darker new series out next year. And the plot involves the part human, part machine monsters inspiring author Mary Shelley to write iconic horror novel Frankenstein. A source said this new run is much scarier than Jodie's first year and will definitely put the frighteners on fans. Things are about to get darker for the Doctor. The Cybermen were last seen in World Enough and Time and the Doctor Falls, so by Series 12 they would have had around a 2-year break, so if they do return they'll have much more of an impact, similar to that of the Daleks from Resolution. Looking at the article, it mentions that Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein, would be inspired to write it due to the encounter with the Cybermen. This is a great idea, especially as it implies that the story is going to be similar to Frankenstein. So my possible thoughts from this are that a professor or someone with expertise will try and fix someone, whether it be a friend or just a random person to do tests on. However, the process would go wrong and it would essentially do what any Cybermen would do, which is upgrade everyone to be like them. That would be quite a basic plot, but with Frankenstein influences, we could get a lot of body horror and that would really make the Cybermen scary, which would be fantastic. Also, the setting of the 19th century could supply quite an eerie tone as well as a great setting for the Cybermen, similar to that of the Cybermen in the next Doctor. I believe the idea of Mary Shelley and the Cybermen would be quite good, however, it is very similar to a Big Finish audio. However, if the Cybermen are returning, then this means only one thing. There's a high chance that they're going to get a redesign. Now I believe that it will be a one-off redesign similar to that of the Daleks from Resolution. If this were the case, then I'd love to see a steampunk design, but with a bit of the original body showing underneath, as I think body horror is really essential to making the Cybermen scary. A thrown together Cyberman lurking in the streets of London in the 19th century would be a great concept, but would also be quite a dark story, and this leads me on to my next point. In the article, it states that it will be a darker new series. Personally, I felt that Series 11 was a bit too light in tone, which is surprising when we had stories set during the bus boycott, the partition of India, witch trials, and the story arc of the series being grief. However, if this series is darker, then I believe that Chris Chibnall is going in the right direction. Usually a Doctor's second series is a lot darker than its predecessor. Examples of this can be seen with Series 3, Series 6, and Series 9, so it's good to know that Chibnall is following the same pattern. As well as this, if we're having a darker series, then hopefully we'll get some darker moments for the 13th Doctor, which has been a common issue that people have had with the 13th Doctor. We've seen hints of her darker side in Kablam, The Witchfinders, It Takes You Away, and Resolution, but we haven't seen her lose it yet, which is something that could become a possibility in Series 12, especially with her confrontation with the Cybermen. It's known that the concept of them is incredibly dark and disgusting, so it'd be a good opportunity for the 13th Doctor to have moments of darkness there. If the Cybermen are returning, then this means that Chibnall is acting upon something that many fans had a problem with in Series 11. It's common to see people complaining that Series 11 felt very separate from the rest of its 55-year history, more specifically the lack of returning monsters. I can understand where people are coming from though, as I believe one of the best episodes in Series 11 was Resolution, which of course had a returning monster, which was the Daleks. So, to hear that not only the Judoon are making a comeback, but possibly the Autons and Cybermen as well, is great to hear, and it's clear to me that Chibnall knows what people didn't like in the previous series, so is acting on it to make Series 12 the best yet. Of course, like my previous Series 12 videos, the news of the Cybermen returning should be taken with a huge pinch of salt, especially as it's by the Mirror, who haven't had the best track record in the past. However, I'd love for this to be true, as I love the Cybermen, and to have a darker story with them in, as well as a darker series, would be great, and would be acting on a lot of problems that people have with Series 11. From all the news we've heard so far, I'm really anticipating Series 12, and I'm excited to hear more and more about it in the near future. What are your thoughts on the possible return of the Cybermen? Do you like that Series 12 might be darker? And what other monsters would you like to see make a return? As always, thank you so much for watching, remember to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.